What's up, guys and girls? B2 here, and we're gonna get started with the live stream and see if we can make a little progress today, right? So let's see what we got. And let me know what the sound levels are like for you guys too. I'm gonna turn some music on here. What's up, Squawks? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you dropping in on me. I just logged back in and got my guy going. It had bombed out earlier when I loaded a different program, and so I figured I'd get back into here. We're actually getting ready to ascend, though, and audio's perfect. Awesome, man. I appreciate that update, man. But we're making progress towards our number 30, so, and I've got to start getting all these gilded heroes up in the tree beast so we can pop out some quick ascensions, but I think we're just about maxed out for this run. We're starting to slow down. Even if I hit these buffs, I guess we can get a little bit of a... I messed up that little rotation there, clicking too fast, but we'll get a couple more levels out, see if we can get one more round, and then we'll ascend real quick, allocate some hero souls. So what are you up to, man? It's almost 5 p.m. Eastern on a Friday, man. I was thinking about doing a segment on Fridays around this time and have it centered around something like pizza, right? So we would order a different pizza each week or cook a frozen pizza and rank them. I thought it would be hilarious, man, to hang out with you guys and do that. So we'll see. All right, so let's see if we can get through this 1725 and get a couple more hero souls. We'll see. When I watched this movie, Only the Brave, today, my mom wanted to go see a movie at 1. I was actually going to do this. I was going to make a video and post it instead of doing a live stream, but I went with her to the movie, and it was called Only the Brave, man. It's about 20 firefighters, and 19 of them died. Spoiler alert. I was just like, I was sitting in the theater. I'm like, Mom. I was like, that's it. You don't get to pick the next movie because this is some depressing stuff right here, man. So yeah, so we're about struggling out. Let's go ahead and pop this and start over. Finally got Suchi, and I'm approaching zone 9K. Man, that's actually at a good point where you'll start making great progress, and especially after grabbing Suchi, you'll. I remember at that point, I think I made a video called Chasing Suchi or Chasing Skoger or something around that, man. But I couldn't wait to get out of that zone. So all I do here, man, is I kind of push these out and I wait for Tree Beast and then I hit him, right? But we do need to gild everything up to him, so 280, which is going to give us the bonus factor to push some higher levels. But what I want to do is take a look. I've bought all the ancients I need. The only 3 left here are idle ancients. So I'm going to take and I'm going to see how far we can edge up these guys without cutting into... Alright, so 25 is about the mark, so... And the reason why I do this, and I'll show you down here, is because you're going to get the boss life a little bit more negative from 5% to 19. Like, these are really critical levels. These ones don't matter as much, like the extra couple of seconds of click storm and everything, but some of the ones that deal with, like, here we go. So this will be a great example, right? Dog Kong, I'd never hit him to 10, which I should have. So if I pop him twice, look at that difference in that, man. It's going to take him from 0 or 1% to 21.89%. Like, that's a 21% decrease in the cost to level them up. So that's huge, man. Use the calculator. I know, man. Everybody always says that, use the calculator. And honestly, I'm just lazy with it, man. Like, I kind of know that you just need to max them out, right? And so I'll show you why I don't use it anymore. And where is it at? Transcension. Let's look at let's look at ascensions. All right, so here's my ascensions for this round. I made 71 on the first one, which is fine because usually I only make like 10 or so. I was able to pop Solomon, and that's what kind of gave me a couple extra. And then I turned around and looked, went from 71 to 91, 18 to 391 to 51 million here. You know what I mean? And then this is 14 billion because it's 14,000 million. So like it just starts to increase on its own. Like I don't, at this level, using a calculator when I was in like Transcension 8, 9, 10, up in that range, I don't even think they can. Yeah, see, like here's a list of my Transcensions. Like that calculator came out way back here, and this I did 2 respecs here. That's why there's zeros here to try to test them out. But you know, you start looking at your gain over here, you get to such a high level that I'm actually past the calculators. They go to 200 ancients, but because we're so far and we collect so many hero souls, like it really doesn't. A calculator just makes it slower, to be honest, to plug the information in, save your data, copy it over. It's not going to help you out at this point. What you do is this is what I do, is you just push these guys who are dependent on level, right? Because if I update this another one, just one, it's going to take. See how it starts to take away up here? Like I don't. That's when I stop updating them, is when they take away. But look at the increase from 0.76 all the way up to 1.76. So now this is quicker at 8. And that's, you know, it's going to flip between 8 and 9, I believe, at this level still. But, or maybe, yeah, 8 and 9, there we go. So it's not a huge update, but if you do get these 8s, that's one less monster you got to kill, and it makes it faster to get to your highest level, you know. I'm going to update those in a minute. I'm going to get all these guys to 25. And then, see, watch, skill cooldowns. Boom. Look at that, from 10% to 37%. So now you have this remaining hero souls, and all you really got to do is just dump them into Solomon. You know, push them all the way in. You've already put all your stuff into your damage makers. And so I wanted to, let's Z this one in. Yeah. I wanted to get more on the money side, and then I'll just queue the rest into Juggernaut for now. And I'll show you why I do that. Like, it'll make sense. I don't know that we'll actually get to see it on this round as far as being able to ascend again. We might be able to because the levels are clicking fast. But you'll see this hero soul level, just click it. Once we hit 100, you'll be like, oh my god, yeah, you're right. It would be a waste of time to copy and paste and try to queue up into each one of those. And so now all I do is I go down to Midas, get him all the way, and then come back through and update the rest. And just queue them in. It doesn't make a big difference, but you are going to hit some of these heroes in here that have multipliers, and I can show you that up at the top. You guys probably know that already. But Betty Clicker is the big one. So look, 20% there, 20% to all heroes, all heroes, all heroes, and then your click damage. So you don't ever want to like leave those blank. I just go ahead and queue them in, because at this level 88, the amount of gold you get, it's not going to like spending that to queue them all up to get all their upgrades. You would want to do that, because you're going to hit all these little buffs all along the way here. Let's check up on our clan progress. We got our hero souls there, and we're waiting for this one to get cleared out. So we got 2 hours and something left, and see, we're the 3 lowest guys. I'm like the number 7 in my own clan, but we've got some pretty heavy hitters up in here. And I'm getting ready to pass Epic Saint, who's been, I think he's had some computer problems lately, but we're getting ready to pass through there. But you can see these guys are all big hitters, man. And they've all been true, meaning no one's cheated and used the codes in there. So Skoger, I can't show you Skoger yet on this because I haven't gotten that far, but he makes a big difference. Anyone that you upgrade to at this point is going to make an absolute huge difference. Like when you get up to where you're going 2 or 3 weeks between getting a new hero, every time you hit one, it's like another 2,000 levels, like right away you can get into. I'm not gonna be at 2,000, but you know what I mean. It's like the floodgate opens and you start leveling like mad. And then I usually take a clicker off of there. Just simply because Sid's not going to make a huge difference now if you watch him, updating them one at a time. Like, his, look, 115, 115, 115. Yeah, dude, I did see the Clicker Heroes 2 video, and I'm pretty excited about it. And I think they're saying, like, February of 2018, so it's still pretty far off. But I do know that when it goes to beta, it'll be a good test time for sure. And I think there is an actual link up for the clickerheroes.com for the beta for this one too, for the update. As if you remember, like when you log in, you look at it, it hasn't been updated since February of this year. That's quite a long time to go between updates, man. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. So what else have you guys been up to? How about this? What games have you guys been playing? Like, what's new? I think Destiny 2 is out this weekend or something. Maybe this weekend. I can't remember. But Osiris, which is my guild for Black Desert Online, is going to have a guild in Destiny 2. So if you want to look up Osiris on there, I'll type it in for you on here. But they're going to have a guild on there. So you can join in with them. Good group of guys, and they're some hardcore gamers. If you really want to progress, you join in with those guys on Destiny 2 for sure. What else, man? We can look at some stats though on Transcensions. Like it did take me a while. 459 is a long time, but look at the 676. I've turned around 175 hours though. I can honestly say I have never been so addicted to a game. You know, Squawks, man, I've been playing this game for like 2 years, and I took a break from it. But it's just such a simple, cool game, man. You don't have to sit here and actively click. There's 2 or 3 different styles to play in this game. So you don't have to do just an idle spec. You can do, oh, and I forgot to tell you guys this too, because I do idle auto clicker, but I did get my 10th auto clicker, and I think that's where I'm gonna stop. I think I'm gonna stop at 10. I don't know that I'm gonna get a whole lot more out of paying 600 for this, and it's taken me forever to get to 550. Took me like a month to get that last auto clicker. So I think what I'm gonna do is use the Transcensions to quick bump. Once I get that first Transcension out of the way, knock out the second one real quick with a quick ascension, and you can end up with some extra ancient souls, because I got to get to 5.2 E70 now to get another ancient soul, which is that's pretty high up there. That's like level 18,000 or so. And I've seen dudes all the way up in 60,000. Like, holy cow, man. That is a lot. I don't know if I can hit the Immortal again today. Not yet. Let's check clan messages. Told everybody, man, they better stay active. Dudes, Gigs is here. Can't boot me. I'm actively killing raid boss. I'm here every day or two. That's fine. Coming back sometime next week. Still wrapping up this property. Yeah, those guys are still active. I just wanted to check and see who was there. Keep the guild active, man. Any tips after transcending? It takes me like 3 hours to get to level 100. Yeah. So what do they call it? The Fant, the first ascension on the next Transcension. The Fant. Here's all it is. Be specific and wait out when you get a chance to buy your ancient, and buy Juggernaut. Like, if you're using an active clicker, Juggernaut, even at 1 level in Juggernaut, level 1 can get you to like 140 on the first ascension. Like, it's a pretty amazing how big of a deal Juggernaut is, because this combo just clicks away. And I've got, look, 7 auto clickers here. Let's make it 8. I've got 8 auto clickers just running this level up. So he's gaining 3.2% DPS per click combo. Per click, man. So it's just, look at that. Look at the DPS just running up. That's why, people say idle, idle, idle. You got to go idle spec, idle this, idle this. And there's to be said, like, there's a definitely play style for idle. And it's okay, so I don't know how to describe. If you physically are clicking the mouse, right? Physically clicking the mouse. Even if you have an auto clicker that's now clicking like this, right? It's still not as fast as the idle DPS. Like, idle DPS is instant. Like, but this is, the little bar there has to actually go down to kill to register. But it's like with that idle DPS. So if you get a really good high level DPS on the idle, like the time it takes to get from level 1 to, like, let's say 4,000 is shorter window. But not if you are using an active clicker, like on that first ascension, right? Because on the first ascension there's really no damage built up. But with Juggernaut, he just rolls damage. So I try to do the same thing every time. I'll take one of the first 2. I'll either take Solomon or Juggernaut, whichever one shows up first. Because then all you gotta do is make it back to 100, and with Solomon boosted up, you're multiplying your hero souls, right? So right off, Solomon's a good bet. But I tell you, like, if I had to choose, if I went into my ancients or my little heroes here, and picked an ancient, and Juggernaut and Solomon both came up, I would take Juggernaut over Solomon just from that damage, man. He absolutely is critical in the beginning. If you play a hybrid where you're part idle, like I do, I idle overnight, right? But when I'm active, I'll come in here and do the clicks, because what I do is normally I see how I just have a clicker here on Tree Beast, and then I have a clicker here on Buy Available. I normally just turn the available off, and I'll put it into something up top, like I'll show you. Because nothing's really helping me here. Like, nothing I'm going to buy down there is going to help me by having this clicker here. So I'll take it off, and I'll plug it onto Power Surge, because Power Surge doubles your DPS, right? So, but see how the timer is 608? Like, that's just a tremendous amount of time. But once you get into here, and you, where is he at? Power Surge is the Berserker right here. Once you get to the level 180, 175, 180, somewhere in that frame, and you have your click on the Power Surge, it's no cooldown. Like, it immediately, once the cooldown hits, the tapper pops it again, and there's no lag between it. Like, it's just always up, and because you're extending your duration plus 50, and then like, that's going to go into here. But more importantly, where's it at? I'll show you another. It's the one that lowers the cooldowns. I think it's skill cooldowns right here, Vigor, right? So once you get Vigor up to a higher level 2, that's what knocks down this timer here. So this timer gets shorter while you use the Berserker to make that timer longer, right? So the cooldown is shorter, but the skill lasts longer, and there's an overlap somewhere at about 175 if you can get it that high. And then I just auto-click these to make sure I get them. Yeah, you'll notice at Squawks, everybody has their own play style, and I've said this over and over again, like, you can't play the game wrong, right? If you're having fun and you're enjoying it, then use the style that works for you, man. .45. I put one into Fandoris last time, but we'll see if the beta comes out. But I think I'm just going to pump the rest into Borb again and keep leveling him up. Chorg, it's just such a diminishing return for this on the Ancients. Like, he's so high right now. If I added another one, look, it would only go to 79.61. And I don't think that lowering the Ancient cost 1% is going to have just a huge impact. You know what I mean? So I kind of would take those 4 and have a 40% increase in Borb. But Fandoris is cost 16 now to go from 0.74 to 0.79. I don't think that's going to make a huge amount of difference, so it'd probably be Borb again. If I get 15 or 16, it could be 150 to 160% increase. So I probably will do that on the next Transcension. Dun, 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 dun. So basically that's it, man. With this, it's pretty set. It's pretty cut and dry. Like, I'm on the let me see. Yeah, I'm on my 5th Ascension, basically, and you can see how the high zones are stacking up. So I got, you know, from 100 to 300 to 500 to 1100 to 1700. So it's and this one will go quite a bit higher. Not too much higher because I put so much into Solomon. But what you'll see is this right here, this 14 billion to hero souls that we got should go. It should triple. Like, we should end up with no less than probably like 2 trillion or so on this one for hero souls. I'd hate to even guess, but I mean, we'll see here later on tonight. We're only at level 302. We got to get back up to 1700. And so what I'll do is I'll show you at maybe 1700 if I can catch it, and show you how many hero souls change just by upgrading that Solomon on there. But you can see on the Transcensions, like, where it just kept going, UD exclamation mark @ pound sign. So everyone is getting bigger and bigger and bigger all the way up to now the E71. So we skipped E70 and went right to E71 in the last one, but you see it's 459 hours. So I was trying to get up to Epic Saint and pass him in highest zone ever, but it just wasn't worth it to keep trying to pressure it, man. It was easier just to go through. Do I recommend putting on your spare HS into Solomon or Morgulus? It would be Morgulus for me. Like, the difference of, and pretty soon you're gonna have to hand click all of them into Solomon. It's not gonna be worth it. if at the end, see what I would normally do is I would come through and I would hit Solomon, right? Right here, I'd queue Solomon all the way in until he goes dark. I mean, you can't get any more. And then I would go down to Argiev, and I would queue everything into Argiev for damage, right? And so right away what you do is you're going to boost your hero souls. Let's say you made it to level 2000, and that was your highest zone ever. If you boosted Solomon, you're going to get more hero souls just by boosting Solomon. So you're going to be able to therefore upgrade more of the heroes, right? So then by putting another queue into Argiev, you're going to increase your damage, so you know you're going to beat level 2000, which is going to compound the amount of Solomons you get based on your allocation of ancient souls over here, right? How many pony boys you have, how many Borbs you have, all that stuff. So like those two to me are the most important for me. And then what I do is I come back and I look at Juggernaut, and I'll queue Juggernaut, and then I'll roll back to Fragsworth and queue Fragsworth, and then I'll queue Bale for the one-shots, and then I come down and do my money. So I do, I believe that you get more money from the treasure chest than you do gold dropped. So I queue Mimsy, then queue Mammon. Then I'll have like, because I do this at the beginning and upgrade these until that number moves, and then I stop, right? So if it's 25 or 28 or 31, those are already done before I go to Solomon. Then with everything that I have left in there, I would go into Morgulus and start updating him. And the reason why I do that, and you won't see a difference in here, we can just queue him in and be done with it. But the reason you don't see a difference in the DPS at this level is because it's too low and you haven't been able to boost Morgulus enough. But when Morgulus gets up to level, you can actually, when you have the Q button in and you go to upgrade Morgulus, you can actually see this DPS. I always want to point at my screen like you guys can see it, but you can't. I always, this number, when you queue it in, you'll see this number going up. After you've already upgraded everything that you can upgrade, and Morgulus is the only thing left, and you start queuing the remaining souls into here, you will see this number go up, if you're high enough level to see it go up. So just wait on it. Leave your extra hero souls unallocated next time. Wait till you get near the top of your level, and then once you don't think you can go any further, queue into Morgulus and watch the damage boost, and you'll be like, oh, I see what you mean now. You know, you will get extra damage out of that. I think last time I had him up to like E86 damage or something, and literally when I would click on it, this number would be like, it would jump like 10, 20% over and over and over, probably like 10, 12, 15 times every HZE. So it's worth it. Morgulus is a huge additive, but it's only visible at the very end of your run. So save it and put it in, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. I'm going to start just queuing into it at the very end of the first run. Because what you do is you get between, okay, well, now you have 0 souls here to go get extra damage. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. But look at the difference. The bonus damage, 10% each, or the bonus damage from Morgulus. Right? See how it's a little bit less than the damage up top? 44616, 44615. We just don't have the amount of hero souls to boost Morgulus up to him being efficient yet. And that's why I say wait for like later on in your highest zones towards the end, or towards the end of each run, I should say. Hope that makes sense. Bump, 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 bump. Man, I'm excited. Our guild is going to have another node war tonight on Black Desert, so I'm pretty stoked about that. That happens in 3 hours or so. We start getting ready. So I think I have to order dinner before then, huh? So what are the questions, guys? Is there anybody else on the stream that has questions for this that I can help out with the game? Love answering questions about this, the ones that I can. I'm not big on like the technical stuff behind it. I can just tell you from experience what I've done that works and what I have that doesn't. There's people way smarter than me at this game for sure. Dun, 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 dun. So doing that doesn't help this damage at all. It's just kind of a OCD thing, I guess, because it's available to click on. Dun. We've got all these scrub little relics in here right now for now. Uh-oh. You're giving me some great tips. Thank you. The Juggernaut one after transcending. Yeah, you'll be surprised, man. And then, like, every blue moon, I'll, like, lose my mind and I won't update Juggernaut, and I'm like, what? And then I'll get like an Ascension in or two Ascensions, and I'm like, why is this so slow? And then Juggernaut will pop up on my list, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about Juggernaut. So if you're in a clan, it's even better, right? Because at the very beginning, the reroll only cost 1 to reroll. So if your ancients come up and it's not on there, reroll it. I think you get 4 is the minimum you get. So how useful do you think the skill quests are? Mew, I think the skill quests are... that's a great question, because I don't think the skill quests are really that useful, honestly. Just only because it could land on any of the one out of here. And so what I do is I just look at what else is in the game to do, right? So in here there's all these achievements to get in here. And so for right now, those mercenary quests are really good for filling in, because I'm at 95%. Like, it's going to be so hard to get to 100, but it's mainly because of this right here, the funeral director. I need to kill off 54 more mercenaries to get that one. But reviving them, look at that, I got to revive 2 more for that. But then look at this, revive 100 and then revive 500. Like, that's just going to take, Surgeon will take forever to get. So mainly I just use the quest for that. And so in saying that, what I do is I'll send them out on like the 5-minute missions or whatever, or I'll try to get like big, early in an Ascension, I'll use them to get gold, because they're extremely valuable for gold, the mercenaries early in an Ascension. They make a big difference. But when you get towards the end of like your Transcension, like, you know, where let's say you got to ascend 15 times to get it, the gold at the end, you'll be at E 1600 gold, and the gold quest will come back in at like E 1300. So even if you take a gold quest, it does nothing for you after the first couple of ascensions. So then you're like, okay, well, what would the skills one do for me? You know, and then so there's been times where I've hit like Dark Ritual from it, and that's like, hey, 5% boost, you know, that's good. And then there's been times where I just hit like a Power Surge for a one-time small boost, you know, a little 3-minute boost, and that's not going to do me, you know, that's not getting me excited about the game at that point. You know, or you can hit like an Energize or something where you've got to parlay that into something bigger on the buff. So yeah, I mean, I just I don't know. I don't usually do them unless they're a 5-minute quest on a mercenary that I don't want to die, you know. Do you think Clicker Heroes 2 will be a paid game? I will be happy to pay. I think that's going to be a yes, but I think it'll be like so super cheap, like $4 or $5 or something like that, you know. And I don't know if they'll do in-game stuff. I would hope that they would put it out free. That would be awesome. Like, just download and then offer in-game microtransactions, because I think that's the way that developers make more money nowadays, as opposed to like trying to get $4 or $5 out of a download. Make the game for free and then put in little ways to boost. But what I hope they don't do is make it a pay-to-win game. You know, I don't know. Look at old Funky Monkey playing Rust. He's in our clan. So like, even you can pay to win a little bit on here, but to be honest, like, I've never paid a dime into here, right? But there's been a ton of us that have played the game, and probably some of them that have watched the live streams or some of the videos that we've made with the game have certainly paid, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, that's how the developer keeps going, and that's why I like doing the videos. I like helping people play the game and learn the game more, but I also like supporting the developer in there, and this is kind of my way of doing that, because I'm not going to pay for it, you know. What's up, Plasmatic? How you doing, man? That's a pretty neat way to say your name, man. But you can see, like, even I've got the 10 auto clickers, but all of them were done by the rubies in game. Like, I didn't make a purchase. So, like, right now it's clicking candies because it's the Halloween deal. But yeah, so that's the deal on there. Let's look at some stats, I guess. Look at that, the number of clicks. Bump, 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 bump. Most clicks per second, 1,700. That seems a bit extreme. There's a Halloween theme. Yeah, there is a Halloween theme. You can see it in the background here. Like, there's pumpkins that get smashed every now and then. I think those are the treasure chest. I don't know. You can kind of see it. Let's see if we can see a pumpkin come up. But there's a ghost that was just there. Yeah, see a little spirit. Little ghost there. Yeah. So it's definitely a Halloween theme in here, man. So I restarted the game, and I'm at highest zone 415, man. Well, if you've played the game before and just restarted it, then you probably have the knowledge on how to get there, how to get quicker on there, man. Pumpkin cats are bosses. I can't see them so fast just because we're kind of a third of the way through this ascension. I would say last time we made it to 1700, so it takes so long when you can't upgrade Kumawakamaru, man. You made that mistake of resetting? Yeah. I thought about it a long time ago, man, and I was just like, you know what, I'll make the most of it. I'll just respec and, you know, try to get it that way. But yeah, I don't like to reset games for sure. Let a bump, 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 bump. Let's see, are we back here? Yeah. Sometimes it's not a bad thing though, man. I can't fault you. Like, it's all new the second walkthrough, or you can work on getting quicker transcensions and ascensions for stats and stuff too. Like, you know, because if you look at my on my stats for transcensions, I still have the ones where I did respecs trying to figure out what was doing more damage. And look, the first couple were 43s, 48 ascensions, you know, at 480 hours. And what level does Kuma stop being effective? So last time let me see, where was my highest zone ever? Transcend at highest zone ever, 18,193. That was obviously the last Transcension. That was 29, since we're working on Transcension number 30. In Kumawakamaru, I had him all the way up to 210, 220, so I can't remember. It was like somewhere, maybe 215, somewhere in that level, 210 to 220-ish. And I had this number down to a 2. Like, it was between 2 and 3 at that level, right? So I don't think I've maxed Kuma yet, but I do know that there's a level where he stops being effective. So I just haven't found that yet. I can tell you how far I've gotten though. And we're past all the calculators for Ancient Souls. Most of them, I think, the one that I was using stopped at 200, I believe. So I believe we are at, let me see. I believe it has it on here somewhere. Kuma's only level 150. Yeah, I mean, I remember those days. Clicker Horde D. Yeah, I need to look at the Discord for Clicker Heroes, man. A lot of good information probably in there. Highest Merc level 38. I was debating on whether to use the candy cane on him. Look at that. Mercenary quest done. Seasonal events. I have 1 candy cane left from last Christmas. Mortal damage. Lifetime dark rituals used. Bloop coins 130. Don't. 870 days. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I played Idle for like the first 6 months and it was just a waste of time, man. And I can make a lot more progress, or I will make a lot more progress starting in about, I don't know, 3 weeks, I guess. When we go full-time content creator, I'll be doing YouTubes and live streams every day. So I do appreciate you guys supporting that, hitting that like button, subbing, all that good stuff, man. Yeah, 870, it's forever, man. You can tell that I've picked it up and put it down at different levels, man. For 22, yeah. I just I liked the game. I started playing it. I made a bunch of videos, but then like there was a 6-month stretch where I got really hardcore into League of Legends, and I was playing League of Legends, you know, 79 matches a day. And I couldn't load Clicker Heroes and League of Legends. It kept bombing out Clicker Heroes, so I wasn't loading it for most of the day, and then I would let it go overnight, and I didn't make much progress. Then I took like a 4-month break during one stretch. So you play League too? Who are your favorite League characters to play? And do you play North America or you play Europe? 870. Everyone's like, what? 870? Oh my god. I should use the title of the stream, 870 days played. People would be like, oh my god, this guy's got to be like level 150,000. They're like, what's this 18,000 high level crap? You like Darius? And NA. You can add me on there. I'm the real B2 on League. I haven't logged on recently though. And I only play Arams. I'm like an Aram snob. I like the Rift, but I always run into that guy who's played Yasuo for like, you know, 7 years, and he's like, wah, hoo-yah, wah, 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 and, you know, he's just dashing all over the place, and I'm like, I don't even have fun in Summoner's Rift, because those guys will lose a bunch of games on purpose to go down and play bronze level, or they'll start twinks because they can't progress any further into diamond or whatever, you know. And so you got to deal with guys who have 4 and 5 accounts who just like to go through and murder people. But in Arams, you don't get to pick your guy. You can reroll, and so every once in a while you'll get that, you know, Master Yi guy who's like, you know, level 8 Master Yi or whatever the levels go to, and he's like super good, or that Yasuo or whatever. But most times it's a pretty good stretch, like, to see people's capabilities, man. Hey, Squawks, anytime, man, anytime. And I'm trying to come up with a schedule for when I do go full time here, Yi main. Yi is feast or famine, man. Yi is feast or famine. Like, you either get that guy who gets a good jump and then he's just like murdering people with like 30 kills to everyone's 5, you know, or you get that Yi who just dives in and just like gets punched in the face and that's it, you know. But yeah, Squawks, I'm trying to get a schedule, like, and this is not anything definite at all, or even what I'm thinking about. It's just kind of what I'm thinking about right now. But like playing on Sunday, I want to play games with you guys, right? And so I found a way to make a little bit of extra money, because like not everybody can afford to get out their debit card and just tip and all that stuff, right? Like, it's just not a possibility. And you guys give money by jumping in the streams and watching the commercials and watching the videos and hitting like and subbing and all that stuff like that. That pays me. It doesn't pay me well. I'm making like 20 bucks a month, so I'm not like tearing down. You know, I'm not getting ready to go buy a Lamborghini anytime soon. But Gawkbox has this thing that if you play games together on there and you level up on the games on their site, then the publisher of the game actually tips me. So like Gawkbox would tip me, and then they collect their money from the game developer who wants you to play in their game. So like there's some like Final Fantasy and some other really cool games. So like that would tip me like $1 for you to install it and play it. And if you get to like level 15, they would tip me like, I think the Final Fantasy one was something crazy. Like when you max out your level with them, it tips me like 150 bucks, and we could all play that together, and that could help me sustain the stream too. So, or sustain the channel, I should say, to stay full time. But I was thinking about doing something like that on Sundays. That would be fun. And then in those games, you can create an alliance and play together as an alliance. We could have that as the stream for Sunday, like something cool like that. For Sundays anyway, just on Sundays. And then Mondays could be like League Mondays, like Arams Mondays. So we start the live stream at like whatever 4 p.m. 5 p.m. and then I take the first few people in chat that want to play, you know, and then we just make a team and we hang out. I have a Discord channel that I'm gonna have set up and available, and we could get in Discord and play together and run Arams, those sort of things. But I was thinking about doing that 4 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, it'd probably be something like that. I mean, that way there's like school is just starting to get out in Eastern and Central, and then if I do like a 3-hour stream, then that would carry me through like the West Coast time zone as well. So something like that, and then we could all play leagues on Mondays, jump in together, like crack up, have a good time. Even if I don't film it as a live stream, we could still show up in Discord, hop in the game, and then I can record sections. So get on at 7 PST, so that's perfect. Yeah. Where did you first find Clicker Heroes? You know, that's a great question, Mew. Because I found Clicker Heroes. All right, so the evolution of finding this would be about 5 years ago. My nephews, I have two boy nephews, and my son would all go on vacation. Maybe about 7 years ago we started this. But as soon as app games got popular on the phone, we would go on this week-long summer vacation. And so my time zone's Eastern, Plasmatic. 9 p.m. Yes, Squawks. 5 p.m. for Eastern. So as soon as we got ready to go on vacation the day before, the boys would all stay here with us. We'd get up super early and drive to where we were going. Whether we went to New York, we went, you know, I showed them all the stuff in New York, Empire State Building. We went to Ground Zero. We went to Statue of Liberty, all that. But there's always that downtime, right? And there's always that time in the car. And so we would download a new app game on our phone all the time. And so the first year, I think it was Clash of Clans was the first year that we did. And so this is probably, I think, 6 years ago, maybe. I'd have to look at how long Clash of Clans has even been a game. But so we would download that and we would play Clash of Clans in the car and build our squads and like share information with each other and hang out. It was a really fun bonding time, like for me and my two nephews and my son, the four of us. And we would all ride in my car, you know, or we would split up into different cars. And so the next year we downloaded, I think, Samurai Siege, I think it was. But with both those games, you run out of turns, and so you're left with like time in between with not a whole lot to do, right? So it was at that point that we discovered the Make It Rain app, and you would, like, I don't know if you guys remember that, but you'd have your cell phone and you would make it rain on your cell phone, and you would swipe money, and it would throw money, and you would accumulate money, kind of like a clicker game but with a swipe, right? So we would be like, we would be sitting there watching TV, and we'd walk up in someone's face and be like, making it rain on you, making it rain on you, you know, like that sort of stuff. But we were like digging those games, and so that morphed into Make It Rain, then went into Cookie Clicker, and Cookie Clicker was like, I can't believe how much we sat and tapped on our, you know, it was the first game where I just sat there like, what's up, man? Y'all want to go to dinner? No? That's cool. I mean, we could stay here. And my sister was like, what are you guys doing on your phones? It's driving me insane. I'm like, Cookie Clicker, brah. You gotta get into it. So we did that, and then that turned into, I think the first one that we got into that was more than just the tap click, because this is, you know, technically a clicker game, obviously, Clicker Heroes, right? But then it was like, okay, well, they've got to have these on PC. And so I hopped on Steam, I just typed in Clicker, and this was like the first one that popped up, and I was like, oh, cool, you know? And then I liked the idea that instead of just clicking on one cookie over and over and over, you had to build your levels up, and then you had different ways you can kind of customize your play style for Clicker Heroes, you know? And I was like, oh man, this was like mind blown, you know? And so then we got into what were some of the other ones? Adventure Capitalism, Clicker Heroes. Let me look at my list of games. I can tell you, man. It was Crusader of the Lost Idols I played, and then Tap Infinity was another one that we tried, and I just always kept coming back to Clicker Heroes. Like, I've even got Adventure Capitalist still. Or Adventure Capitalist and Adventure Communist, both of them loaded. And then it kind of morphed into some other stuff that I got, like the Team Fortress. I played a little bit of that. I played a little bit of War Thunder. I started getting into some of the actual games on Steam. And then I was playing Tiny Rails on my phone, which I absolutely love, man. I played way too much Tiny Rails for sure. But I sure... I just kind of keep playing this one, man. I always come back to it. Even if I take a break, I always come back to it. Found this game on free-to-play games on PS4. I've never stopped since. Yeah. No, I know, Squawks. Man, it just grabs you, this game. There's something about it, man. And that's what scares me about Clicker Heroes 2. It's like a completely new different play style, but will it have the same essence of Clicker Heroes, the original? Because I don't know that if it doesn't, that I'm going to be like into it, you know? It takes up too much resources for me to play Black Desert and then like 3 Steam games. So I'm thinking about like, I need a charger for my laptop, but I'm sure I could start up my laptop and play all my Clicker games on my laptop, you know, and have that running on the side, and then have my, like, this is how addicted I would be to gaming, and especially as a full-time content creator. I would have like 3 games going on my laptop. I've got my iPad with Summoner's War to run all the dungeons and do like that, and then Black Desert going on my PC, man. So it's going to be an interesting setup once I get all in. Once I get everything set up, that is. And we're looking to buy a house. I'm getting married in a week and a half. Like, there's just a lot going on, so. But she was actually the one who said, Felicia's her name. She's the one who, this Ms. B approved. She's actually the one who was like, you need to do this full time. Like, I think you could make a decent living, not like, you know, not going to make thousands of dollars a month. Like, I get it. Like, I don't want to have a huge channel where I can't interact with you guys. I'd like to have enough to sustain a living, though, you know. She's the one that said, like, you should do this. Like, you love doing it. You've proven. She goes like, I've looked at the channel and you've proven that you got a following on there. That people keep subbing. You keep, you know, the money keeps going the right direction. Like, you should do this full time and really make a run at it. So, I'm basically gonna give it until March of next year, and that's when the landscaping season starts again. And I think if I'm up to, I'm gonna set a goal to be at 5,000 subs. And have 1 million views on the channel. So right now I'm at 1,100 subs, 1,150 or so, 1,130 maybe, and about 235,000 views. So if we can get to 5,000 and 1 million, then it would be viable for me to really pursue this. You know, I think so. I'm going to set those goals and charge hard at it, and be available and online as much as possible. And I want to get better at editing videos because I'm terrible. Like I am the worst video editor, like, NA by far. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad. So I've got to get better at things like Premiere and some of the illustrating stuff. So I always love seeing your vids pop up into my notifications. Ah, man, dude, I appreciate you saying that, Squawks. Every time you guys hit like on a video too, it just reaches that many more people. And you know, and I like to keep my channel positive too. Like, you notice that I don't curse a lot. I don't smoke. I'm not drinking a beer. I'm not, you know, like I think that we could do this without going down that, you know, telling fart jokes all the time too. I'm horrible at editing too. Yeah. I just, I'm not bad. I know the basics of it. So horrible is probably a harsh word, but I do want to do more. When I do a video, I'd like it to be about 12 to 15 minutes, and I'd like it to be fun, like where things are popping up and there's little arrows and stuff going on. What's up, Tommy? How you doing, man? Welcome to the live stream. But I'd like to have some more fun stuff and highlight and put information on the video that people are asking for, you know? I'd like to kind of do more stuff like that, so... So that's some stuff that I would look forward to doing. And Miss B2 Felicia is she's a graphic designer by that's her career, and she would eventually like to work from home too, so we would both be at home. And she wants to put some time into the channel to help out. Like, she's done all the graphics that you see now, like the black and white logo of me, the little it's called a chibi. In the color version, she did the background for the YouTube, and that's all stuff that I want to update too as we move into like 2018 and just refresh the channel a little bit. I've had that for 1.5 years, 2 years now. So, but I think the main thing about editing is the amount of creativity put into it. Yeah, and you know, Plasmatic, that's a great point, because you know, I could shoot a 15-minute video, spend 8 hours editing, and only get 200 views on it. Is that worth my time? Or should I just do more live stuff like this and have more interaction? Or I think what probably the answer is going to be is a mix of both, right? Spend some time editing and upgrading that stuff, but also spend time with you guys on the live streams interacting. So there'll be a mix of it. And I'd like to do... I mean, heck, I like to do at least 5 live streams a week and 2 on the weekends. So maybe a Friday night, which is hard. It would have to be Friday at this time because of my commitment to BDO, man. I just like the video. Oh, man, awesome, man. Thank you, brother. But, you know, with BDO on Friday nights, do you think it's a good idea to put all the guilds on Lilin once it is available? From Mass Samurai. You know, I don't know, Tommy. I didn't play the beta. I'm not going to play the beta. It's probably a good idea to play the beta. And I just needed to... I want to wait until it's set before I go into theory crafting and, like, respecking and wondering what I'm going to do. I hope that makes sense, man. It's not that I'm being lazy about it. It's just that I've seen so many beta changes and things talked about and changes here and there that I just don't want to... You know what I'm saying, right? Like, I just don't want to waste my time in that as well. So, but I'd imagine, like, they're gonna pull Fandoris out. I've heard that. I've been hearing forever they're gonna take Solomon out of the game. You know, and but it's not gonna change my strategy until it's actually implemented. That's for sure. So, Yeah. So I'm going to take the gold. I think we're still, since E84, yeah. See, that would be a huge increase to go to E84 at this level. So I'll take that one. And then let's see down here. 4 hours of each one. So 4 hours at a 25% chance or some extra hero souls. We'll take the hero souls. All day, every day, player. Let's see if we've knocked off the immortal yet. We did. Very cool. Nightmare. Oh, Donus. He knocked off the immortal. So look, we're going to collect another 1.4 billion. And it's going to go to the top line, right? So we're going to keep that in that top line. Because I want to put it into Morgulis and show you... if we get a few more levels here before we have to go. So if they take out Solomon, will it ruin the game? If they take Solomon out, I would imagine, this is pure speculation, if they take out Solomon, they'll probably replace him with something different though. And even then you'll be pushing into damage harder, or it could be, you know, making the game a little bit tougher and then forcing everybody to go to Clicker Heroes too. I mean, you never know. Like, it's totally up to the dev. And, you know, we always find a way, gamers do, to adapt and overcome to whatever obstacles get thrown at us. So I'm not going to fear that if it happens, man. They're not removing Solomon, they're reworking him. Yeah, I mean, you know, again, like, I've heard that they're going to remove it. Now it's a rework. And, you know, people are saying, I heard this in the Discord and that on Reddit. And, you know, we'll wait and see what happens, and then we'll adjust accordingly. Until then, man, we're going to make the most of the situation that we're in now, which is knock out some Transcensions and get higher in levels, right? So, I remember when they added Transcensions and Ancient Souls in. I forget, it's been probably a year now. And I remember, if we look at our members list, Malbec here went, he was at like 20,000, I think. Like, maybe not even that. I think he's probably like 18 or 19,000. He was lower, much lower than now. I'll be coming for you for tips. BT, you're the man. Ah, dude, Squawks, you rock, man. The rock Squawk. But Malbec hit, I think he ended up with like 240 Ancient Souls on day one. The rest of us were at like 30, 40 Ancient Souls. We're like, yeah, man, we did awesome. And then he goes into our message chat and is like, yeah, man, I just ended up with like 240 Ancient Souls. And his high level went from like, I mean, I think he raised like 8,000 high levels overnight. I'm like, dude, that's just not even fair, man. He put such a, like, we were all creeping up like half his level or whatever, and then he doubled overnight, and we were just like, that's not even fair, man. But a good player. He and I have been playing the game together forever. I mean, actually, everybody on this list has been here for a while, except for these bottom 3 guys, which we've added in the past few minutes. Any idea when your Discord will be available? And yes, that'll be in November. It's all set up and ready to go. I'm just going to wait because, to be honest, like, what is it, the 20th today? In 13 days, I get on a plane and go to Jamaica. So November 3rd, I'm going to Jamaica for a week. Tube Tygo Tuber, what up, buddy? Welcome back. There's no spots open right now, Plasmatic. But if you guys want to start another clan and then join together, you're certainly welcome to. And put on the video what the name of the clan is in the comments so that other people can find it and join and fill it up for you, man. I've got no problem with that either. But on November 3rd, I'm going to Jamaica for a week for 10 days, or 9 days, 7 days, sorry, the 3rd to the 10th. And that's when we're getting married, is in Jamaica. And then we'll be back, and then I'll take a couple of days to get all work caught up with. And then November 13th will be like the official launch party, you know. So what day of the week is that? Let's take a look at November 13th. Is going to be a Monday. So it'll be a Monday when we start off. We'll probably do a... thanks, Tommy. We'll probably do an evening launch that night so that everybody can see it. So, like, if you're in the UK, that would be 10 o'clock. So maybe 5 p.m. Eastern. We'll do a full-time content creator launch. I'll see if I can get in contact with some game developers and get some free copies of some games, like some keys to download and stuff. So, I want Atlas. Yeah. We'll, I know I've got 5 keys for Tiny Rails on Steam, so we'll give away those 5 keys, and I'll hit like a couple of developers. Maybe Maybe the guy from Clicker Heroes will give out some, I think, isn't there a way to put in some redeem codes in here or something? Save, privacy, reset. Where was it at? Settings, gameplay, graphics, no. Redeem, yeah. So maybe we can get in contact with the Clicker Heroes guys and say we're doing a launch party. We'll see if we can't get some, like, you know, some free rubies redeem codes or something like that. That would be pretty cool. And then, so we'll play a little bit of Steam. Tiny Rails, we'll play a little bit. Like, maybe we'll play an hour of that. Maybe we'll play an hour of Clicker Heroes, and we'll do a Clicker Heroes giveaway. And then I'll see if I can get in contact with any other developers. I know that the Tiny Titan Studios, who does the Tiny Rails, has Dash Quest and a couple of other games, and maybe we can download those and get some redeemables for those games as well, right? Some free versions out, and create a little bit of a buzz off of that for sure. So, man, it's taken us 55 minutes to get to level 1000. Like, just seems like forever, doesn't it? But we're still moving along. And see, it's not doing anything by adding that. It's at 0.02 damage. All the damage is up here at Tree Beast, 99.97. Now I could, I have the hero souls to respec. Watch. So like if I came down to, well, Thalo's not a great one to do this on. He doesn't do too much damage overall. I'm chasing Skoger. Yeah, I want. Oh, Atlas is a big one too, man. Yeah, he's after. I think it's like Thalo, Orange. I could tell you. Hold on. Let's hit the guild. So Skoger's right here. Where's that? I think that's Suchi. Skoger, Moru. I can't remember, man. Bum, bum, da, 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 da. Skoger is after Suchi, right? I think that's Suchi right there, and I think Skoger is the guy with the club, or vice. That's Suchi, and I don't know. We'll know soon enough, man. I don't ever really pay attention, obviously, man. Suchi, Skoger, Moru, Xylar, Madzi. Yep, there it is. Bump, bump, bump. Oh, look at that. We clicked. Our level stopped. Well, we weren't paying attention to it, man. That's gonna make it harder to level, isn't it? Alright, we're coming up on an hour, guys. I really, really, really appreciate you guys watching today. And love the chat, love the questions. Thanks you guys for being here, man. We're going to shut it down. We're going to shut it down. So, you guys have a nice evening, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.